안녕하세요. Welcome back to Korean Saturday School. Today is week 10, June 12th. This is the New York 초대 한국 문화학교. 환영합니다. Welcome. My name is Sarang Kim or Kim Sarang 선생님, and I'm in charge of the 진달래반. Okay, so if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. Today we're going to be having a lesson in our book, our 한글학교 한국어 Level 2 book, and it's going to be the last lesson of this book, which is lesson 10, which you could find on page 96 through 105. Now the book looks something like this, so if you have it, please take it out. If not, the link to this book will be in the description below. Okay? Okay, so actually today is our last lesson. 오늘이 마지막 수업이에요. Because it is the end of the spring semester, so I know you guys are going to end school soon, which is why we're also ending 한글학교 for this semester. And then we will see each other again in the fall, and hope it is probably going to be in person, but then more accurate news will be updated and posted. Okay, so everyone turn to those pages. It was page 96. Okay. All right, so today's lesson is the 종합 연습. Okay, so basically what this means is we're going to be reviewing a lot of what we did throughout this whole book. So when we started our first lesson, we started on page 1, and we are already done with this book. So we're just going to kind of review over everything we learned. So make sure to have reviewed everything. Okay, and it's just a little mini review, nothing crazy for today. Okay, so number 1, let's see. It says 연습해요. 어떻게 이야기해요? 써보세요. Okay, so it gives you a little word bank right here. It says 보기, and then we're going to, there's 4 questions, and we're going to fill it in using the word bank that they gave us. So let's see. Number 1, it says 어디에서 빵을 사요? 빵가게에서 빵을 사요. Now we learned this in a previous lesson, okay? And then they already gave us the first one, so we have to do 3 more. Okay, so let's see. Number 2 is blank. We have to figure out what goes in the blank. And then on the bottom, the answer is 4개 있어요. Okay, so this is a quantity question because the answer is saying 4개. I have 4. 4개 있어요. That means I have 4. But we don't know what the question is, so let's see what the options are. So the first one says 곰 인형이 있어요? Question mark. Would you say 4개 있어요 for the question 곰 인형이 있어요? No. What about 인형이 몇 개 있어요? How many dolls do you have? And then would you say 4개 있어요? I have 4. That is correct. So we're gonna write that. 인형이 몇 개 있어요? 인형이 몇 개 있어요? How many dolls do you have? And the answer is 4개 있어요. I have 4. Okay, let's do number 3. The answer is 네, 있어요. Now this is different than 4개 있어요. This is just 네, 있어요. That means yes, I have it. Okay, so it's not a quantity question. It's more like a yes or no question. Do you have it or not? And the answer is yes, I have it. So what question can produce an answer as yes, I have it? Let's see. So we already did the second one. We did this one. So there's 2 options left. Is it 곰 인형이 있어요 or 몇 살이에요? Now 몇 살이에요 is an age question, so you would answer with the number. So that's wrong. So it would be this one. 곰 인형이 있어요? Do you have a teddy bear? And then the answer is yes, I do. 네, 있어요. 곰 인형이 있어요? 네, 있어요. Okay, last one. The answer is 7살이에요. And there's only one option to this answer, which would be 몇 살이에요? How old are you? 몇 살이에요? Answer is 7살이에요. I am 7 years old. Okay, 몇 살이에요 is how old are you, okay? So make sure you guys correctly fill this in. The word bank is there, so if you shouldn't have trouble spelling anything, okay? Now let's move on to the next page. 알맞는 말을 쓰세요. Okay, let's do some writing practice looking at the picture. So first one, 언제 수영을 해요? When do you swim? Blank blank에 수영을 해요. Now, the question is when do you swim? And then we're going to answer. Remember we did this practice in the previous lesson? Let me try to find what lesson this was. 언제? Remember when we learned morning and then night? Let's see. And then the options were like 아침 아니면 밤 or 저녁에. 아침 아니면 저녁에. Okay, I think I found it. It is lesson 3. 언제 수영을 해요? And then we see that she's waking up in the morning, so then it would be 아침. So we're gonna write 아침에 수영을 해요. 아침 is morning, okay? 아침에 수영을 해요. 두 번째, 바지예요? 바지예요? He's pointing at a hat and asking if those are pants. So then the answer would be 아니요, 바지가, it's not pants. So we're going to say 아니요, 바지가 아니에요. We also learned this too. 아니에요 and 이에요. Okay? So 아니요, 바지가 아니에요. No, those are not pants, those are hats. Okay? Third one. We see two girls and they're coloring or drawing, whichever. And then it says 미라 blank blank 동생은 뭘 해요? So remember we learned how to add more people. So this and so who and who. So in this case it's 미라 and her 동생. So how would we say that in Korean? 미라 and her younger sibling. We would say 미라하고 동생은 뭘 해요? Remember that word 하고 means and. We learned this in our previous lessons. Also, if you don't remember, you can always go back and watch the previous lessons. They're all here on our YouTube. So if you need help, just watch it. So 미라하고 동생은 뭘 해요? What is Mira and her sibling doing? 그림을 그려요. They are drawing. Okay? Make sure you correctly wrote all of these. And then we're going to move on to the next page. So the next page is page 98, and we see here, so let's see number 4. So 불고기가 blank 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 blank, and then the answer is 네, 맛있어요. Okay, so the answer, he's saying yes, it tastes good, it is delicious. So how would we ask this? We would say 불고기가 맛있어요, and then you would say 네, 맛있어요. Okay. So it's 맛 있어요. Okay. Is the 불고기 good? Yes, it's good. Okay, number 5. 어디에서 blank blank blank을 타요? 공원에서 타요. Now the question is, where do you ride what? And then the answer is 공원에서 타요. I ride it at the park. So what is she riding? She's riding a bike. We learned that bike is 자전거. So we're going to write 어디에서 자전거를 타요. Okay, so where are you riding the bike? I am riding it at the park. Okay. Number 6. 몇 살이에요? How old are you? Now let's see how many fingers is she holding up. If you look closely, she's holding up 5 fingers. So she is 5 years old. So how do we write that? We're going to say 5살이에요. Okay, so we're going to write 다섯 and then 살, which is age. 5살이에요. Okay, and then number 7, 사과가 blank blank blank. And then the answer is 아니요, 없어요. Now remember, this is not a quantity question. This is just a yes or no question. 있어요 or 없어요. Now we're gonna ask, do you have apples? And the answer is no, we don't have apples. No, I don't have apples, right? Because there are no apples in the refrigerator. So how would we ask this question? We would say 사과가 있어요. 사과가 있어요. answer is 아니요, 없어요. No, I don't have apples. Okay? Make sure you guys wrote everything correctly, and we're going to move on. So the next page, we're gonna do some verbal exercise. Okay, let's see. It says 친구와 이야기해 보세요. So in this case, I am your 친구, and we're going to do this together. So let's see. We see two apples, and we're going to read the conversation in the little box. Okay, so it says 이게 오렌지예요? 아니요, 오렌지가 아니에요. 사과예요. 사과가 몇 개 있어요? 2개 있어요. 사과가 맛있어요? 네, 맛있어요. So there's 3 questions being asked. First one is, what is this? 이게 뭐예요? And then 몇 개 있어요? How many are there? And then 맛있어요? Is it good? So we see 4 different types of foods here. We see banana, ice cream, and then strawberry and candy. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing using these examples they gave you. So first question is, for the bananas, we're going to say 이게 바나나예요? Is this bananas? And then we're going to say 네, 바나나예요. Yes, it is. And now I'm going to ask, 바나나가 몇 개 있어요? How many bananas are there? And then we're going to say, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to say 5개 있어요. And then I'm going to say 바나나가 맛있어요? And then we're going to say 네, 맛있어요. Okay? And then we're going to do ice cream now. So 이게 아이스크림이에요? 네, 아이스크림이에요. 아이스크림이 몇 개 있어요? We're going to say 3개 있어요. We have 3. And then we're going to say 아이스크림은 맛있어요? Is ice cream good? And the obvious answer is 네, 맛있어요. Okay, yes, it is good. Alright, now we're going to do 딸기 now. I'm going to ask. This time I'm going to do something different. I'm going to say 이게 바나나예요? And you're going to say 아니요. 바나나가 아니에요. 딸기예요. And then we're going to say 딸기는 맛있어요? Oh, I think I skipped something. 딸기가 몇 개 있어요? How many strawberries do you have? And we're going to say there's 1. So 한 개 있어요. 한 개, there's 1. And then we're going to say 딸기가 맛있어요? And then we're going to say 네, 맛있어요. Okay? And then we're going to do the last one, which is 사탕, which is candy. So the first question would be 이게 사탕이에요? And then we're going to say 네, 사탕이에요. 사탕이 몇 개 있어요? How many candies are there? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8. So we're going to say 8개 있어요. 사탕이 맛있어요? Is it good? Is the candy good? We're going to say 네, 맛있어요. Okay? So that is it. And then we're going to go on to the next page. So let's see here. It says 이야기해 보세요. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 different categories. The first one is 뭘 해요? What are they doing? 언제 해요? When are they doing it? 어디에서 해요? Where are they doing it? And 누구하고 해요? 누구하고 해요? Who are they doing it with? Okay, so let's see the example that they gave us on the bottom. It says, so the boy's asking, 뭘 해요? And the girl's saying, 공부해요. 공부, she's studying. 언제 공부해요? When do you study? 아침에 공부해요. I study in the morning. 어디에서 공부해요? Where do you study? 학교에서 공부해요. I study at school. 누구하고 공부해요? Who do you study with? 선생님하고 공부해요. I study with my teacher. Alright, now let's just do 2 more examples using one of the things that they gave us on top. So let's see. 뭘 해요? Now, let's see. Let's do the second picture of the boy drawing. So we're going to say 그림 그려요. I'm drawing. 언제 해요? And I'm going to say 저녁, in the evening. I'm going to say 저녁에 그림 그려요. I draw in the evening. 어디에서 해요? Now where do you draw? I'm going to say I draw at home. So 집에서 그림 그려요. And then 누구하고 그림 그려요? Who do you draw with? I'm going to pretend I draw with my siblings. I'm going to say 동생하고 그림 그려요. Okay? Now let's do another example. Let's do the first one, the boy that is reading. Okay? So we're going to say 뭘 해요? And then the boy that's reading is going to say 책 읽어요. I'm reading a book. 언제 책 읽어요? When do you read? Now I'm going to say in the morning. 아침에 책 읽어요. 어디에서 책 읽어요? Where do you read? I'm going to say at school. So 학교에서 책 읽어요. 누구하고 책 읽어요? Who do you read with? I'm going to say I read alone. So I'm going to say 혼자서 책을 읽어요. Okay? So if you have time, just practice doing the other things on your own. You could just make up any scenario you want. Okay, but we're going to move on. So next page is page 101. 써봐요. 써보세요. Okay, so let's see what they have here. So we see, so we learned everything that's here in our previous lessons, and we're just gonna go over them. So the first one is a store. So we're gonna say, what is that? It's a 가게. 가게. Okay? And then, I don't remember the order I put the words, but let's just go over them. So the second one here is a bakery. Remember, bakery is 빵 가게. It's same 가게, it's still a store, but they sell 빵, so we're gonna say 빵 가게. And then this one is the zoo. So zoo in Korean is 동물원. We learned this, 동물원. Oh, so it's 빵 가게 and then 동물원. And then the next one is a flower shop, which is 꽃집. Looks something like this, 꽃집. And then bottom here, we see a girl. It's pointing at her skirt, and we learned that skirt or dress means 치마. So we're right, 치마. And then her shoes here, they look, remember we learned the word 구두? 구두 means like any shoe with a heel on it. There is a little bit of heel, so we're gonna write 구두. And then it's pointing at her doll, so it's a 곰 인형. 곰 인형. And then it's pointing at, for this one, it's pointing at his glasses. Glasses are 안경, so we're gonna write 안경. And then we learned what this little toy is. It's a toy plane, so 장난감 비행기. Okay, 장난감 비행기. Last one is pointing at his pants. Pants is 바지. Okay, 바지. This should be easy review. Yeah, if you needed help, you can just always look back on the previous lessons. The words are all there. They're not going anywhere. Okay, so make sure you wrote everything correctly, and then we're going to move on. Actually, we're going to skip this page just because we did a lot already. So we're not going to do 받아쓰기, and there is no listening portion in this lesson. Okay, so just skip this page. And now we're on page 103. Page 103 looks something like this, and then it says 누가 언제 무엇을 해요? Who is doing what and when? So let's see. We're just going to connect this. Let's see. So we see a picture of 할머니 and 할아버지, right? So 할머니랑 할아버지는, let's see. We're going to I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to say, so 할머니랑 할아버지는, let's see, what should they do? We're going to say that they exercise, okay? So 아침에, 할머니랑 할아버지는 아침에 which is here, 아침에, and then we're going to say 운동을 해요. We're just going to go straight down, okay? So let's say that again. 할머니랑, or you could say 할머니하고 할아버지는 아침에 운동을 해요. Okay, now let's do the second example. This looks like 엄마 and 아빠. So we're going to say 엄마하고 아빠는 저녁에, and then we're just going to go straight down. 자전거를 타요. Okay? Now let's see. In the third one, we see 아빠 and 아들. So pretend you're the little boy. So we're going to say 아빠랑 나는 오늘 수영해요. Ooh, that's a big circle. Oopsies. So I'm going to say 아빠하고 저는 오늘 수영해요. Today my dad and I are swimming. And then last one, let's use, what color should I use? I'm going to use orange. Okay, so this is 엄마 and me. Okay, 엄마하고 나는 내일 산에 가요. Mom and I are going to the mountain tomorrow. Okay? You guys can mix it up. You guys can do different things, like pretend you can do, let's see, the 할아버지 and 할머니, you can make them say 할머니하고 할아버지는 저녁에 수영해요. Or 아빠하고 엄마는 내일 산에 가요. You could always mix it up, do whatever you want, okay? Just make sure you connect all the letters. Okay, let's move on. Now we have a little teddy bear moment. So we're just going to connect the number with the number. So there's a number written in digits, a number written in word. Okay, so let's see. So for example, the number 하나 is connected to 하나, the word 하나. So we're just gonna, there's a line drawn over here. Okay, and then we're gonna look for number 2, which is here. So 2 and 둘 go together. So we're just gonna make a line here. Let's make this, I guess we can do that. Okay, that looks very bad. I'm drawing with my fingers, so sorry. And then we're gonna find number 3, which is right over here. So we're gonna connect 3 and 셋, just like that. Ooh, that's also very bad. And then just keep doing it for all the other numbers. So 4 and 넷 go together. 5 and 다섯 go together. 6 and 여섯 goes together. 7 and 일곱 go together. 8 and 여덟 goes together. Oh my, that's not even. And then 아홉 and 9 go together. 열 and 10 goes together. Just like that, and we have connected a teddy bear. Okay, don't mind my sloppy lines. I'm sorry, you guys can do a better job. Yeah, very easy exercise, okay? Now let's move on. We're on our last page. So it says 뭘 해요? 어때요? 이야기해보세요. So the question is, what are you doing? How is it? Let's talk about it, okay? First one, we see a boy, he's eating greens. His face does not look like he's enjoying it. Alright, so we're going to say 뭘 해요? And then we're going to say, let's pretend those are beans. So we're going to say 콩을 먹어요. 콩, okay? So I'm pretty sure most of you guys don't like beans as well. I like beans, but a lot of kids don't. So we're going to say 콩을 먹어요. And then we're going to say 어때요? It's not good. And we're going to say 맛이 없어요. Okay, it's not good. Second one, he's singing. So we're going to say 뭘 해요? And then we're going to say 노래 불러요. And then we're going to say 어때요? How is he singing? We could say 노래를 잘 불러요. Or we can say 목소리가 좋아요. Voice is good. Next one, she's swimming. So we're going to say 뭘 해요? And then we're going to say 수영해요. And then 어때요? We're going to say how is it? We're going to say she's having fun, right? Because swimming is fun. So we're going to say 재미있어요. And then let's just do 3 more examples because there's so many on this page. Okay, so this one, the girl eating ice cream here. So we're gonna say 뭘 해요? And then 아이스크림을 먹어요. 어때요? Obviously ice cream is good. I don't know why ice cream would be bad. So we're gonna say 맛있어요. So let's look at this. She is watching TV and she's yawning. Okay? So we're gonna say 뭘 해요? I'm gonna say 테레비 봐요. 아니면 we could say 뉴스를 봐요. She's watching the news. And then we're gonna say 어때요? Very boring, right? So we're gonna say 재미없어요. Okay? It's boring. And then let's do this example right here. The boy in the yellow coat. So we're gonna say 뭘 해요? And then we're gonna say 옷 입어요. He's wearing clothes. And then we're gonna say 어때요? Now we're gonna see the clothes is a little too big on it. Because if you compare it with this one is too small and this one's too big. So we're gonna say 옷이 너무 커요. It's too big. Okay? And then for this one, it would be 옷이 작아요. Or 안 맞아요. Okay, it doesn't fit or it's too small. Okay, you guys can do the rest of these on your own. Practice looking at it. Okay, and yeah, that would be the end of today's lesson. Actually, the last lesson of this semester. Okay, this is the end. Thank you guys for watching, and by the time this video is posted, we are probably meeting in person because we are meeting on Saturday at 12 at 초대교회. We'll be giving out a lot of gifts, so I can't say please come because by the time this is released, you guys are probably gonna be there or not. I'm not sure, but yeah, I hope to see you guys all in the fall. I'm so excited, and have a great summer, guys. Have a good and safe, fun summer, okay? And I will see you guys in the fall. 안녕.